What's going on, everybody? In today's video, we're going to talk about that basic bunker shot, something that amateurs struggle a lot with, but it's very important to have at least a baseline understanding of how the bunker works to really shoot lower scores. Hey everybody, Scott Ogan coming at you. We're out at Inwood Golf Course. We are going to talk about getting up and down out of bunkers. How do you hit some basic bunker shots? This is going to be a preview video from our upcoming online course all about the short game that we are releasing on Monday. So if you would like to check that out, if you need help with shots all the way from your basic bump and runs all the way to just basic pitches, and then we're going to go through some strategy, talk about different things that you're looking at, reading lies, reading slopes, things like that. If you are interested in that, I'm going to leave a link down below. You can pre-sign up. We do have a discount for if you do pre-sign up. So make sure you check that out. And once you sign up, we'll have it released on Monday. And I'm excited for it because I love short game. I love how it can help your game and make sure that you are shooting the lowest scores you possibly can. So without further ado, let's hop into the bunker. Let's start talking about your basic bunker shot. All right, in this video, we're going to talk about your garden variety bunker shots. So what do I mean by garden variety? Well, bunker shots have a very wide range of difficulty level, and there are things that you need to do in various situations. Garden variety is going to be, we have a pretty good lie, ball is sitting pretty nicely here. We have a flat lie to maybe even a slightly uphill lie. I personally, depending on the shot, prefer to have a little bit of an upslope to work with because that's going to help the ball get up in the air. But from there, we really don't have many other things that we need to worry about other than, you know, kind of a standard lip here that we're looking at. And then we do have some green to get to the bunker, from the bunker to the flag. It is running downhill, which you will see a lot of times from bunkers. Bunkers are kind of designed to have these slopes away from them. I know Jack Nicklaus was huge on that. So a lot of times you're going to see it running away from you out of a bunker, but that's not always the case. But that's something that we would like to pay attention to as we're going through these shots. So once we've got kind of that look of like, all right, hey, this is going to be kind of our standard shot, then we can start going through and thinking about what do we need to be able to do. Well, the first thing is we do need to get the ball up in the air. Most bunkers have a lip that we need to deal with. And because of the shot that we're hitting, we are going to hit this shot and it's not going to hopefully have a ton of speed. So our goal is to be able to hit a shot that gets up over the lip, lands on the putting surface. We would prefer it not to land in the fringe or on the rough. We are trying to get that ball then to stop fairly quickly. So our goal from here is, if you are a player that is somebody that struggles with bunker shots, your goal really needs to be first get out of the bunker. All right, we have to get out of the bunker and get the ball on the green. If you are somebody that's more of an intermediate player, well, then you can start thinking, all right, you know what? I actually would like to get this in within a reasonable distance. When I have kind of these very basic bunker shots, I would like to have a reasonable chance of getting an up and down. You're not going to do it a ton, but the more chances you get, obviously the better your score is going to be. And if you're an advanced player, you know, you're kind of looking at this like, all right, I really should have a really good chance at getting this up and down. Again, you might not make the putt. That's part of the equation of getting up and down, but I want to have a really good look from a spot like this. So when we're looking at how we're going to hit this shot, a couple of things that we have to do in our setup. One, we have to get the ball in the front of our stance. I don't see enough people getting the ball forward enough in their stance. Remember, if you put the ball forward in your stance, that's going to promote hitting the ball high. Now, there are occasions where you might move the ball position. Again, we'll go over those in different videos, but you are looking at getting the ball forward because we want to promote hitting the bunker shot with some height. All right. Now, when we do that, another thing that I see people do, I want to see your stance be pretty square here. So if I've got my target at the flag, I want to have my feet pretty much at the flag. On this particular shot, it is sloping a little right on the green, so I might open a little bit just because I'm going to be square to my target, which is a little bit left of the flag as this ball rolls down to the hole. Now, when we're doing this, what do people typically do? Well, they've seen in the past that you're supposed to open your stance a lot. Here's the problem with that. When I open my stance, my swing direction is going to cut across the ball too much, and I'm not going to put enough pressure on the sand to get the ball out. I'm going to hit it, and I'm just going to dump it a few feet in front of me. That's not going to be what we want. Obviously, we want to get the ball out of the bunker first. If I square up and take a more squared swing at the bunker shot, it's almost guaranteed that I'm going to be able to get that ball out because I have enough speed, and then I'm putting that speed into the golf ball. So I like a much more squared off stance for these bunker shots. Now, a very important thing that we're going to do, we are going to open the face, and the way we do that is we have to get the hands back, and they need to be behind the ball on this bunker shot. If you have the ball way forward in your stance like you should, your hands should be pretty much behind it, maybe even with the ball as you're going to hit this shot, okay? Now what that does is that gets the wedge to lay back. And what you get is the bounce of the wedge starts to be the part that's going to hit the sand. Your wedge has this back flange we call the bounce. That is where we are going to be striking the sand. We are not going to strike with this front part. If you strike with the front part, that will create dig, and you are going to have a major issue with getting too much sand and not having that ball go far enough, okay? That's going to cause you a big problem. So we get our hands back. People will usually say, well, isn't the face pointing off to the right? Well, when we're hitting this shot, most of where the ball is going to go is actually going to be where we swing on this one, because we are not making 100% contact with the ball. You hit the ball a little bit, but you're mainly hitting sand, and that sand is pushing the ball onto the green. So we don't need to worry as much about having the face pointed straight at the target, but I also don't want to open it way up so it's pointing, 45, 50 degrees off to the right. That's going to be too much that way, and I'm going to kind of cut under it and have some weird things happen there. So we're trying to find a nice balance where our hands are back, the face is laying back, but we don't need to open it way off to the right. That's not what we're trying to do here. So from there, the last thing I like to see people do is get our weight onto our front foot, and you're just going to leave it there. So what I tell people to do is feel it in your lead knee. You can see me sitting into my lead knee here, and I'm basically going to be done with this setup, okay? So you can see there's a lot of setup keys to hitting a bunker shot. Your success in the bunker really is determined before you ever hit it. So we want the ball forward. We want the face laying back. We want our weight forward into that lead knee, okay? I don't want to be moving a lot because we need to be precise where we're hitting the sand. And if I'm moving all over the place and the sand starts to shift, it's going to be hard to do that. So we do not want to move a lot on this one. So that's how we get ourselves set up. And then we work on just moving into the shot, which honestly isn't as difficult. All right, so once we've got our setup and we start looking at the shot, here's a couple of things that we need to do to make a good bunker action. So one, you are going to need your wrists to act freely here. Now, we want to be careful because when we're making a bunker motion, I don't like to see people just straight chop at it because you're just going to chop too down. You're going to take sand. Your goal is to take a nice, level, kind of thin piece of sand as you're going out of the bunker. You don't need to chop straight down because what you'll do is hit too much sand and you can't get through it and push it out onto the green. So that becomes an issue. What we would like to do is get our wrists to go up, because when we're hitting a bunker shot, there's two keys in the motion that you need. One, you need to throw the club head with some speed. Now, it doesn't have to be full speed. It depends on the size of the shot, but you have to throw the club head. You cannot lag in a bunker shot. It will not work, okay? You will have a ton of issues, okay? So we get up and we're gonna throw this club head into the sand. And you can see when I do that, when I throw the club head, I get the club to come down where it is still laying back, and I'm hitting that bounce. You can see how easily I bounce through that sand, right? I'm bouncing through and just popping up onto the green, and it works out really nicely, okay? Now, the second thing that we have to do, you have to keep your chest moving to the target. We have to get the chest moving to the target. So you're gonna see when I do this, my hands finish really close to my body and my chest is pointing where I want it to go. If that is too much of a swing, if you're hitting it too far, then you have to take less of a backswing, but you have to keep moving. If you stop, if you decel, you are going to hit and the sand is gonna win, okay? That's how we dump the ball in the bunker a few feet in front of us. And remember, our goal is to get out, but that's also how we put a little bit of speed to get the ball to go up higher. You need speed for the ball to take off. You also need speed if down the road you want to put spin on the ball. You have to have some speed in there to make that happen. So that's how we want to make this motion work. Let's try it out. Okay, so I've got my setup, ball forward, club laying back, pretty square. Again, I'm aiming a little bit left of the flag here. Weight in that front foot. And we're gonna move through with the chest. Chest through, plops out. You can see my chest facing that target, and that shot worked pretty good. You can see it came out, just released on. So that is your garden variety bunker shot. You know, the basic one that you should work on. You don't need to work on the super hard downhill lies or any of the crazy ones yet. Get it to where you can hit this shot and you're gonna feel like, you know what? It's not a big deal to be in a bunker, which is gonna start filtering all the way back through your game, where you start feeling like, you know what, I can take a little bit more on, because if I end up in a bunker, not that big of a deal. So that is your garden variety bunker shot. Work on this, get this one dialed in, because when we start working on other bunker shots, it's gonna be imperative to know these fundamentals, because they will start to carry over to the other shots, and we'll make some adjustments based on those. All right, so there it is. That's your basic bunker shot. Again, if you like this video and you want more about your short game, make sure you check out our online course all about the short game. It's gonna be videos that you can reference forever. You'll have access for a lifetime to these videos to kind of refresh you on what do I need to do on certain areas of my game. So you can sign up, again, a discount for if you pre-sign up. It's gonna be out on Monday, and that's gonna be at the link below. I will post it. And if you have questions, please comment down below or send me a message on Instagram, any of those, and I will happily get back to you. And as always, click that subscribe button for more videos coming up. We're gonna be on course, so excited about that. And as always, we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.